having a think about maybe a few of the killer facts that we cover in it. So I guess we started with looking at retirement itself. The retirement has begun already to shift. So over the last 100 years, we've added to average life expectancy about 25, 30 years. But in the paper, we lay out how at the moment we haven't really caught up with that with the industry and broader. We're still treating it very much like a cliff edge event and looking at it kind of as a period of time, kind of 10, 15 years, when actually the truth looking forward, the future is that it'll be far more of a significant period of somebody's life. So in the paper, we set out 4 different phases. So phase in, so moving from work to retirement. White linen years, which is where you're enjoying retirement, doing lots of yoga on the beach and jetting around the world, ideally. And then TV years, which is where you're kind of settling into being a bit more sedentary. You know, you've done the big trips and you're getting older. And then finally, the increased dependency years, where if you live that long, kind of increased dependency, you might need care, and having a think about what that means. So yeah, trying to kind of think of it as a multi-phase of somebody's life rather than a cliff edge. Second, I guess, is renting. So we know that renting is going to become far more of an issue, or far more of the population are going to be renting to retirement and through retirement. Kind of latest estimates put that about 1/3 of the population are predicted to be privately renting in retirement. And what that means in terms of costs attached to retirement, and we lay this again out in the paper, is, and thinking about it from a minimum income perspective, so what you need in order to keep the lights on and a bit more, is it can roughly double the cost of that dignified minimum retirement. So thinking about kind of 250k without private renting to 500k in terms of the amount you need to have saved. So that's a big, I guess, again, systemic structural change that we cover in some detail in the report. And then finally, we cover wealth inequality, which we know kind of more generally. There's been lots of press about the fact that wealth inequalities have been increasing over time. There's quite some startling stats around pensions wealth in particular. So I didn't know until I looked into it that pensions wealth is more unequal than overall net wealth. So you have the top 10% holding 64% of pensions wealth, and the bottom 50% earning just 0.5%, and actually the bottom 30% being totally reliant on state. It's not realistic, and we're not saying that everybody should have the same amount of wealth, but we come at it as everybody should be able to meet that dignified level of pensions wealth in order to have a reasonable retirement.